Welcome to the Courtroom Chronicles. This channel is dedicated to educational content based on real-life cases and true events. This content shared here is drawn directly from the actual case file, and no names, places, or items have been changed. However, the content has been carefully summarized and presented for educational purposes in a comprehension format to inform, enlighten, and spark meaningful discussions. Whether you're here to learn, reflect, or simply understand the real-world scenarios better, you're in the right place. We believe in the power of truthful storytelling to educate and inspire. Disclaimer: while all stories are based on real cases, they are presented in a condensed and structured format for clarity and learning. Viewer discretion is advised where necessary. This case is cited from the Nigerian High Court online file, which is public record. This is a case between Uyo E Victor versus NUC Staff Multipurpose Cooperative Society Ltd. High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Maitama, Abuja. Honor Justice Y. Halilu. Date of ruling, March 30th, 2021. Background: the applicant, Uyo E Victor, a founding member and former treasurer of the NUC Staff Multipurpose Cooperative Society, brought an action by way of an originating motion. He requested 4 primary reliefs from the court, most notably invalidation of 2 special and annual general meetings held on October 16th and November 1st, 2006, nullification of powers exercised by the elected officers of the cooperative after February 2nd, 2006, restoration of authority to the trustees per the initial 1999 resolutions, any other appropriate relief the court deemed fit. Victor based his claims on the decision of the Chief Registrar of Cooperatives, FCT, who had previously found that the meetings and authority exercised by the officers were invalid due to procedural lapses. Respondent's position: the Cooperative Society, represented by counsel, filed a notice of preliminary objection and counter-affidavit asserting the following. The case was an abuse of court process, as it had already been determined by the National Industrial Court in suit num NICN ABJ 17-2015. The court lacked jurisdiction, having become functus officio, i.e., having already decided the matter. Allegations were raised about financial misconduct by the applicant involving over $19 million in abuse of position under a pseudonym, Wari. The registrar's decision, which the applicant relied upon, was questioned due to bias and procedural irregularities, including alleged payments made to the registrar in his personal name. Court's determination: Justice Y. Halilu considered the claims had already been litigated at the NIC, particularly the same reliefs 4, 5, and 6 sought again here. The NIC had declined jurisdiction over the cooperative matters, but had considered related issues regarding interdiction and emoluments. The repetition of claims in another court amounted to an abuse of process, especially when no new or significantly different issues were raised. Litigation must come to an end, and courts cannot allow parties to re-litigate the same issues repeatedly. Judgment: the suit was struck out on the grounds of abuse of court process, as it duplicated reliefs that were already considered and struck out for lack of jurisdiction by the National Industrial Court. The court emphasized that even if it had jurisdiction, the relief sought would still not stand due to the lapse of time, lack of continuing relevance, and unreliable registrar's report tainted by alleged bias and forgery. Who won? The respondent, NUC Staff Multipurpose Cooperative Society Ltd., effectively won the case. Why did the applicant lose? The case was found to be an abuse of court process. The same reliefs had been brought previously in the NIC, making this suit duplicative. The court was functus officio. Once a matter is litigated and determined, it cannot be relitigated unless on appeal. The court considered the reliefs stale and irrelevant, noting that invalidating meetings from 12 years prior lacked practical utility. The registrar's report was discredited due to allegations of tampering and bias. How could this have been avoided? Proper jurisdictional awareness. The applicant should have ensured the reliefs sought were within the jurisdiction of the court approached. Pursuing the same reliefs in different courts undermines credibility and wastes judicial time. Avoid multiplicity of suits. By filing another suit seeking reliefs already addressed, the applicant violated the principle of finality in litigation. Instead, he should have pursued an appeal if dissatisfied with the NIC ruling. Internal dispute resolution mechanisms. The Cooperative's internal mechanisms, including its bylaws and election procedures under Section 41, should have been robustly followed or challenged directly if breached. Transparent audit and governance. Allegations of fraud, unauthorized meetings, and misuse of funds highlight a lack of robust internal controls. A third-party forensic audit and transparent trustee appointments could have reduced distrust. Avoiding conflict of interest and bias. The registrar's involvement, tainted by alleged corruption, weakened the applicant's reliance on his decisions. Public officers must maintain transparency and impartiality to avoid undermining decisions. Thanks so much for watching, fam. I really appreciate you spending your time with me. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, drop a comment below, and let me know what you think about the case. I love hearing your thoughts and feedback. And hey, if you felt a connection or learned something new, give this video a like and share it with someone who might enjoy it too. Until next time, stay safe, stay real, and I'll catch you in the next one.